on memories, emotions, and cold apprehension. All of us have some life experiences that are condensed after a while in certain reflections if we are self-aware, self-autonomous, self-sane. That is the question of identity and what we constitute with ourselves. So years in combat, every day, every night, seeing for 3 years how someone I loved, for example, was destroyed day and night and day and night. How she was possessed out of her mind, out of her emotions, because I was to be destroyed. And I was supposed to suffer because she was ruined. Well, every day and every night of torment for 18 years. What is it now? Do I remember what happened 17, 18, 16 years ago? I have a good memory as to events. I know what happened. I don't feel what happened. And all these little times and seconds and milliseconds and hours and days that you live through with aging, after you crystallize in that early middle-aged person, amount to a certain stereotypization, generalization. Imagine you are having 18 years of variable heroism, torment, courage, and cowardice every day, every night, with decisions, judgments, events, millions of events packed into a comprehension. The question is how you shape yourself along during these paths. Will the final comprehension be, I know the whys and hows? It is hate, called objective hate. Or, I know all the whys and hows. It is committed compassion. It is maturity. It is mentorship. Now, it is up to the depth of your life and countless of decisions, judgments, acts, performances, feelings, emotions, cognitions, throughout all the minutes of years that are seen in your maturity as a single figment, a single thought. They are no longer complex, advanced systems of happenings. That is pushed away. That is better left untouched. Emotions are no longer attached to those dreadful memories. But we remember, we must. It crystallizes into very simple things with age. We tend to simplify. So as we have this one singular object, aversion or hate, or attachment or entrenchment, if we unpack this vice, a flood of memories, of events, of fights, of wars, of battles that happened every day and night. But in the end, it is only this much. And you can say that you recognize people by how they're matured, not how they ended up, what wisdom they have to convey, what their physiognomy speaks, stern and disciplined, or loose and corrupt, as you please. Character may sow ethos. Ethos sows fates and fortunes, but we can't change things that are not within our control, circumstances, for most of the time. So it is how we adapt our own ethos that we sow beautiful things or cruel and awful things. And we may be the champs, the benevolent fighters for many years, but then we break. And what then? Then we develop wretchedness for years. And it's not an apology. It's perhaps a summation for those still walking certain paths in the past, I'm your future selves, talking from the future to you right now, if you're young. That rectifying and walking the great paths, the right paths, the beautiful paths, will prevent you from slipping into the weeds that grow into your brain like thorns, of great wretchedness, of awful things that you won't uproot easily. It grows and grows and grows, new mutations and weird configurations. And in 20, 30, 40, 50 years' time, you won't remember what made you. You will have just this single generalization, stereotype. If you keep your mind intellectually alive, you will be sophisticated. Sophisticated in understanding this one object. But that's what really remains as you fade away into, hopefully, the land of immortals, the procession of gods and goddesses. Because it's in your youth and adolescence and early adulthood that you battle and toil. Then what remains? Statism of a form. You never give up. You don't rest on laurels. Perhaps it's my self-defense triggered now. But you carry on with whatever you have. Harvests of your life. Better to have great, nutritious things to thrive on in your old age than rotten and decrepit. Thank you.